yet another special edition of Island's Sports Talk. I'm joined by Craig Smith, the local side of the World 10 series that will be hosted in Bermuda at the end of October into November. First of all, welcome, Craig. And I know for you, it is a mountain of stress trying to put together an event of this magnitude with so many restrictions that we currently are faced with, not only on island, because you're actually bringing in players. So give us a sense of, first, how did you get involved in helping to bring this World 10 series to Bermuda?
Sure. I mean, through my life when I was a teenager, I played rugby domestically, enjoyed the sport. Got involved in later years into the World Rugby Classic, which obviously has been postponed this year. Close to 25 years involvement with that. The last 19 of those have actually been acting as the local liaison officer for the Classic Eagles. So through those avenues, I've gained a lot of great relationships with guys. And the World 10 series shouted out to me a few months ago. On the lower end of a few months ago, asking if I thought Bermuda would like to host the World 10 series. And I said yes. And they asked me if I could pull it off in a short amount of time. And I said yes. So it's been all guns going for the last 2.5 months with 5 weeks to go.
And I'm pretty sure the minute you said yes, the sleepless nights started.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, it's just part of the course, right? You want to do something big and a really, really cool, exciting event. Yeah, certainly with a lack of time, there are a few sleepless nights, but that's fine.
The unfortunate cancellation or postponement of the World Rugby Classic kind of assists in this being allowed to play, because we would have been running into the World Rugby Classic had the two been on at the same time, or had the World Rugby Classic been on this year, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The opportunity arose, quite frankly, when the Classic postponed. Great event that it is, but it certainly allowed us to kind of still provide an incredible rugby experience for Bermuda, and with the World 10 series, actually the world. It did kind of, we launched as soon as we heard that the Classic was postponed.
Yeah. Looking at it from a standpoint where a lot of folks do come out and support the World Rugby Classic, rugby in Bermuda is well supported with the youth as well. This particular event right now is being branded as one that will be televised and streamed internationally. But the unfortunate thing, there's no fans. And that's part and parcel of making sure that the players who have come in for the event, who are primarily some, if not all, are professionals, are just limited to themselves around the grounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously we want to do this event as safely as possible with the COVID restrictions that are in place locally and actually internationally, because we have people coming in from all around the world. It's been challenges, but we've gotten to the point, obviously, where we can provide an incredible event with COVID restrictions with no spectators. That's the downside. The upside is that the games will be live and broadcast around the world. And which is a great opportunity for Bermuda. And it says, "Hey, world, Bermuda, for Bermuda, we're still here, and we're waiting for you to come and visit." Quite frankly.
Yeah. Well, I just want to let people know we're waiting for Paul to join us, as he will be giving some insight into the other side of the business. He's actually holding a combine now. He's on the field with some players. They should be taking a break momentarily and joining in. And we'll be able to speak with some of those players. But Craig, you are no stranger to putting on events, thinking outside of the box in Bermuda. I remember working with you some time ago on another project. But just what drives you to want to be a part of these type of events?
Good question. um, uh, um, I guess I just love being involved with sport on the island, and with that, I've done been a part of a lot of great events. Years ago, certainly an event that was awesome challenge, but great opportunity for the island is myself and a few other key people, Ian Rollins, etc. Certainly with assistance from you, Earl, put on the sports management sports fair. Where we actually blocked off Front Street and promoted all sports governing bodies on the island. We did that for 4 years, I believe. It was quite a large undertaking for the island, for the island,
Yeah.
but certainly gave sports bodies the opportunity to promote and advertise themselves in a tangible way outside, and people engage with each and every sport, which was great. Through that, absolutely, I've been involved with rugby for years, as well as other sports. The America's Cup, I was certainly a part of as well. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it. I thrive off it. I think it's a great opportunity for the island, especially now. And I think it's important that sport is a key part for people, and to be engaged and to watch it. From a social aspect and also competitive aspect.
Yeah, well, we know that it will gain a lot of interest because we have 5 teams announced, with some excitement out of South Africa, out of the U.S. And it's just allowing us to be that one where you did say, yeah, hey, we're open for business.
Absolutely, now is probably such an important time for us to do that. As somebody said to me, we maybe, if we can get a head start in kind of telling people that we're open for business with restrictions, I think that's very important here and now. We've done a phenomenal job through the whole coronavirus. We're certainly not open like we used to be, but we are certainly open. And to bring sports teams here to be able to compete and or practice with restrictions is important for the economy. It's important for sport, and it's all big parts of the keeping Bermuda moving.
Yeah. Well, we are joined by Paul Holmes. First of all, welcome, Paul. I know you're in the midst of getting your combine out of the way, but first of all, thank you very much for being on the other side to try and show that Bermuda is open for business, especially in a sport. And rugby is one of those sports that is well known in this island. First of all, how are the combines going this morning?
Combines are going great. It's 90 degrees, so it's extremely hot and humid. And these boys, I don't know if you can see back here, they're doing what's called the growler. So they have to run 40 yards 5 times, carrying a 40-pound bag, mixing it up, doing push-ups at the end of each 40. So they're ending all the testing this morning. We did the 40-yard dashes, 5, 10, 5s, the Bronco, which is all fitness based, and then this afternoon we do all the skill work. But some amazing talent, and definitely at least another 4 contracts we're going to give out. And you guys in Bermuda will get to see some of these athletes playing, because 6 of them have contracts already, and 4 more of these guys are going to be getting them.
Oh, that's amazing stuff for them to be given the opportunity to do something that they love and enjoy, and then also get a chance to come to Bermuda, and hopefully our weather is of one that they would love over the period, because they'll be here for a while.
Correct. Yeah, it's a pretty long time in Bermuda. We're excited about it, and personally, I've had kind of a love for the island since getting over there back in 2013 with the Classics Rugby. And I just love the hospitality, love the people of Bermuda. So we're excited from World 10's perspective to be launching this incredible initiative in Bermuda.
Yeah. World 10s is no stranger around the world. We in our leagues here, Craig, we play a 7s and a 10s as well as the regular league 15. So it won't be a surprise to a lot of people that are in the rugby community. But doing the tens, that allows you to limit the squad and also be able to get more games in. Am I correct by saying that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the squad sizes are limited to 20, and then during matches or match day squads are only 16. And obviously, unlike the version of rugby that's 15 aside, the boys will be playing 3 games a day. And then on finals day, which is the second day, it goes straight knockout. So to win it, you got to play 3, but you may end up, if you don't get through the quarterfinals, you're only playing 1. But absolutely, yeah, it gives the guys more opportunity. It gives the crowd more opportunity to see kind of excitement and drama develop within the tournament, right? And it also gives the coaches an opportunity to rebound. You could have a bad day one, make the necessary adjustments, get into the knockout stages and the quarterfinals on day 2, and who knows, maybe you come out and you have an absolutely stellar day 2 and you win the whole thing.
Yeah. Give us a sense of what that phone call was like, or the email, or however you contacted Craig to get this venture up and running.
Well, it's been interesting. Before COVID, we had it set up that we were going to be kind of on the northwest coast of the United States. Then we were going to be kind of in the south and the Midwest. Then we're going to be down in Miami. And then we were looking at Bermuda, but we weren't sure how it would fit travel-wise, right? For a launch year with 5 venues and with everything that's happening. And then not just that COVID hit, the restrictions got extremely hard, obviously. And we started looking at the sports that still were trying to move forward, looking at like Bundesliga soccer in Germany, Premier League soccer in England, Major League soccer, MLS here in the United States. And then actually here at IMG, we got to firsthand see how the WNBA, the women's basketball, took over the whole place. And I know you guys can't see it, but right there in the distance is a massive bubble. And what they actually did is they built the tennis courts, basketball courts outside, and they put a huge bubble enclosure over it. And they brought all the WNBA teams here, and they stayed in one location. And so I started, thinking about that, and I straight away called Skippy, and I said, you know what, this could be great for Bermuda, because this fits what Bermuda has. They've got beautiful resorts, and it is an island. And so, I noticed I always get the Bermuda tourism emails. We're open, right? And so I got one of those emails. I'm thinking, well, the rest of the world's closed. Bermuda's open. Let's have a look at this and see how it works. And, we've been very meticulous working with our CMO, Chief Medical Officer, to make sure that we tie in with what Bermuda's regulations are and government is. And so, yeah, we're on board. We're ticking all those boxes. And every day we know that everything's moving and changing. So we're staying on top of it. But as soon as I chatted to Skippy, Skippy's one thing that's always amazed me about the guy. He's positive, right? Even when there's a million curveballs, and trust me, if you've been in the World Classics, there's a million curveballs that get thrown away. So, and Skippy's always done a good job at handling that, right? Logistics, and it's like anything. I'm from Africa. It's really who you know, people who you know, good people who you can trust. And you know that their yes is yes, their no is no. And so we started the exploratory, and slowly Skippy started checking the boxes. And to be honest, the guy's gone above and beyond. But we're excited to have him on the ground for us.
Craig, better known as Skippy to most. When you were approached and then you went and sought out, obviously, the Bermuda Tourism Authority, a hotel, transportation, all that has to be pulled in. When you opened those doors, were they welcoming you in to say, yes, we can, let's see how we can pull this off?
Yeah,
Go on.
I certainly think that the first conversation was cautiously optimistic, because they're like, hold on, what are you proposing? After the second and third and progressive communications, they understood that this is a real deal. We had everything in line. BTA have been amazing. Government has been amazing. We got signed off by all the ministers about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. The processes have been very streamlined. Everyone's been very, very helpful and on board, and really everyone on the same page pushing to make sure that this can happen. A great event in a short amount of time.
Paul, for you, we've had these 5 teams announced to date. Obviously, there's some more to be done, but how do you feel? Are you feeling confident and comfortable right now with how things have progressed thus far?
Yeah, look, I mean, we wouldn't be pushing forward if we weren't. We're positive about where we're at. We see a massive opportunity. We've got a great community and environment in Bermuda as a partner there. And then we got absolutely amazing brands already coming in, and it's something that rugby has needed, an opportunity for these players to showcase themselves. And the great thing is you're going to see English guys playing alongside Irish guys, alongside South Africans, alongside Americans. There's some of these young guys here that, they've been battling all year, even during COVID, to work out, to train, to get down to the combines. And so there's one kid in perspective, I won't mention his name, out of Atlanta, who's going to get to shadow the best in the world and be on that squad with them. And what life-changing opportunities, right, for these guys who, whether they're, they were trying to make it in the American football realm, right? And now rugby's opened up an opportunity for them, and the rugby family around the world is always so welcoming. And so what's just really cool is that it's really a celebration of rugby. It's a celebration of the community. It's a celebration of the sport we all love. And so, yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, we've got to track things day to day, and there's, every single day things are coming at us that you don't necessarily see. But I think what we've shown by being at the point we are, we're very flexible, we're innovative, and we will move with what's thrown at us, and we'll make it work.
Yeah. When you look at, because you did mention you're going to have players from all different places playing with each other that you don't normally see a lot unless it's a league. Well, how are the other matches of this series looking like right now? What do they look like right now? Because we know that you were planning that, like you said, the five different locations. So what are the others looking like right now? Or are you just solely concentrating on Bermuda?
Yeah, so we've committed 100% to Bermuda. So our launch here, it'll go down in World 10's history, is Bermuda. It's not anywhere else. This is going to be the start of World 10s, and this is where we've committed to be. Moving into 21, we do have actually really great MLS brands that have locked in their locations in the United States to be host cities. And obviously Bermuda now is going to be, it's part of a 5-year deal, will be a stop on the World Series. So how exciting is that? We'll be back every year. And they will be the stop kind of as we go from North America over to Europe, we'll stop off in Bermuda. And so yeah, it's all developing, but all our focus has to be this year on 2020 and executing this and making sure that we go step in step with Bermuda and with even the Bermuda Rugby Union, working alongside them and giving opportunities to their programming. And we want to make sure that Bermuda look at us and say, wow, these guys bought a lot and they enriched what's already in our, on our island. We're not here to take. So that's where our focus has to be right now. Sorry, it's getting pretty loud. The guys are.
I know they're getting closer to you. They're getting. Do you have anyone there that can talk to us about what the morning has been like, and if they have been already chosen, they can give us a sense of what they're looking forward to on the ground in Bermuda?
Sure. Let me find.
Well, while you do that, I will. While you're doing that, Craig, we can continue, and then Paul, you can bring in the person that you want. So, Craig, obviously working very hard and making sure that we have this event where all the eyes around the world in rugby will be looking at us, because believe it or not, there were plenty of eyes around the world looking at our local cricket league season this year, because a lot of other places could not or did not have a league, and a lot of people were just trying to see how Bermuda was able to pull that off. We've also now we'll have at the same time as the World 10s, we'll see the PGA Tour here. We're going to see World Match Racing Gold Cup Championships in Bermuda. So, this is just another opportunity for Bermuda to show that we are open and that we can have world-class events.
Absolutely. I think the one difference between certainly us and a lot of the other events, barring the PGA, is these games will be viewed live around the world.
Mhm.
So certainly you spoke about the rugby community excited about this. I think this actually extends beyond that because of the times we're in. The exposure that we're going to have with the network deals we have in place, it will cross over into other avenues, not just rugby, which is important for rugby as well as Bermuda. Um, I think it's just a win-win. It's been incredible working as well with Paul, as well as John Phelps, the CEO of the World Tens. Really having a great team to work with, and like Paul said, be so adaptable in the changing times that we're in to make sure that we can pull this off.
Yeah. So,
Hey, Earl and Craig,
Yep.
guys,
Yeah.
I do have three of the boys who have actually got contracts to come to Bermuda here if you want to chat with them very quickly.
sure.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
Doing good, and you?
Yeah. Well, obviously you've been at the combine this morning. Can you take us through what some of the pain and punishment you've been through already today?
Well, we do the standard test, the 40 meter, the vertical, and the 5 and 5. And the grueling parts of it would be the running the Bronco, and then right after that, the Tiger Growler. So, Tiger Growler, we take a 40-pound weight, we run down 40 meters, 10 push-ups, run back 40 meters, 10 push-ups, run down again 40 meters, 10 push-ups, run back 40 meters, 10 push-ups, and then through another 40 meters. So, it takes it out of you a little bit.
What is your strength when it comes to the tens game?
Say that one more time.
What's your strength? Are you a winger, speed, or?
My speed is definitely my best strength. And running people over too. So those are my two things. But I love getting everybody else involved too. I'm more of a making sure that everybody can be able to get on the same page and get going, and then get in their rhythm, and then we all connect together, and we get success through that.
All right. Well, good luck, and can't wait to see you in Bermuda.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
You want to chat to any of the other lads?
Yeah, we can talk to all of them. We can talk to all of them.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How you doing? How you doing? We're looking forward to actually seeing you on island at the end of October. But what have you been looking forward to once you found out that you were coming to Bermuda?
Man, really, I was just looking forward to play again. I mean, we've the pandemic's kind of halted everything. We've only been able to practice this spring and summer, so I'm really looking forward to just be able to play some rugby again and having it in Bermuda against some of the best competition in the world. I think that's awesome, and I just can't wait to play.
Have you ever been to Bermuda before?
I never have.
No. Okay, well, we'll look forward to you hitting people on our National Sports Center field. Because one of the things I know, a lot of people would have been kind of down and out about being locked down for COVID. But the chance to get back out and show what you've been missing, I think that's what you're looking forward to.
Exactly, and I think it's great for the sport of rugby and for sports fans across the world. Having it in Bermuda in like a bubble environment, I think that's great, and that's we've had some good combines here at Tiger, so I know these guys are just excited as me to play.
All right, well, look forward to seeing you in Bermuda.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, all right.
All right, hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
How's things going for you?
They're good. The combines are going great, and it's just a very nice place. Like the management itself, how they're carrying out the combines, just top class.
What do you think has been your biggest challenge during this whole COVID and leading up to this combine?
Okay, my biggest challenge with this combine is that I'm from Virginia, and we don't have many rugby teams there. And where I'm from is Tappahannock. You've never heard of that before, and we don't have any rugby there. So getting a club like a place to train, I have to fly down to maybe down here in Florida or to Atlanta to train with my friends who are there. So I've been keeping up, trying to like train and all that. So that has been my biggest challenge so far.
Can't wait to get on the ground and hit someone else, right?
Yeah. So,
Well, we look forward to seeing you in Bermuda, and you get to show the world your talents in the 10. So we look forward to having you here.
I'm so excited about that. So ready to show my talent out there, and yeah, it's going to be a very big thing, and I'm so happy for that. Thanking God big time, and just to represent whichever team that I'm going to be drafted in, and just give it my all, and just play in a very beautiful country, place I've never been before, and also making the biggest of this opportunity that I've got.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Well, Craig, definitely. I know listening to those players, Craig, it makes you feel a little more excited that we're that much closer to actually having reality on the ground in Bermuda. And I know Paul has a lot of work to do this afternoon, so he's out in the 90-odd degree heat, putting these guys through their paces. But when for us, Paul, for Craig and I, hearing players makes it that much more of a reality. I know you guys have been working very hard, but from my standpoint, it actually makes it that much closer to reality of rugby being played internationally, a World 10 series, the inauguration, right here in Bermuda.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
gentlemen, yeah, I know you have to go back, Paul. So what we're going to do, we'll end it here, but we will continue to have conversations as we get closer. And just prior to you arriving, or once you arrive, we can sit down and just see how far we've come from this point to where we get to. Okay?
Absolutely appreciate it, guys. Cheers.
Thanks,
Thank
Paul.
you. All right, Craig, I appreciate it. Paul, appreciate it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Earl. Always a
Cheers.
pleasure.
You too.
Yes, indeed.
Cheers, guys.